Hello, colleagues. Nice to see you on our podcast. Together, with my colleague Andriy, together we will discuss the topic of UX in e-commerce. Very important topic actually nowadays. Let me introduce my colleague Andriy and myself. I am CEO of EvoMall. Actually, we are an IT company developing software for e-commerce, for digital malls, and you can find more information about us later. And we are also auto official partner in Saudi Arabia in particular. And we also do web and apps development. So topic of UX is very important also in our projects. And Andriy, please introduce yourself.
Hi there, thank you for invitation. And my name is Andrew, and I'm managing partner of Craft Innovations. So what we are doing, we are a leading global research and user experience design firm. Our mission is to help leaders to understand and explore customer needs and help them create products that people are excited to use and pay for. So it's our main specialty. We work globally. We have offices in Europe and in North America as well. MarTech, retail, gaming, and e-commerce and Q-commerce industries in terms of the understanding the customers, the consumers' behavior, motivations, and help design products that deliver great value to them and the stakeholders. As well, so in terms of our experience, we're trusted by a number of famous brands all over the world, like MasterCard, like Global, like Privatbank, Canada Visa, and so on. So, as I said, all niches are covered, and I will be glad to share our practical experience about how to designing the great products and great UX today. Thank you.
Yes, I can confirm it because we worked with Andriy a number of projects together. So definitely he has a very deep understanding of the topic. So yes, why you?
Thank you.
Yeah, the main
question. Yes, today
is...
our main question. So why you should invest in the UX? So not just invest in the development. I don't know, in marketing or in sales stuff and so on. Why the user experience today? It's number one question, probably.
Yes. Okay. Mainly, you will describe all these details today, what is important, why, and so on. I will just ask a few questions. So please start with key principles of developing a customer-centric e-commerce project. And what does it mean, actually, customer-centric project?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, probably we need to share that today we will not touch some very narrow specific use cases in e-commerce or Q-commerce apps, website, and so on. So because really it's very dependable on the niche. You work in apparel, you work in the food delivery, you work in the consumer goods or appliances, and so on. So really each niche and even market has their specific that should be consider when you design or when you enhance your website. So that's why today we will focus on the principles and key principles, how we think about the customer and the process of development e-commerce projects here. And why it's important, because maybe the niche of e-commerce is one of the most competitive in the world. So we're talking about the apps, websites, doesn't matter, because in e-commerce, your rivals, your competitors are basically on the distance of one click. So I want a great pizza, and so on. You get it. So I think that Gregory, you faced in your projects, you faced with that. So when your customers came to you and they think about how to differentiate and how to compete with their rivals in online presence, correct?
Exactly, and more retailers now are starting to do such e-commerce sales to be trying to be omni-channel, and we all know that it will definitely be growing. This trend is growing now and will continue to grow. More and more sales will be done online. So actually, this question is now rise to the companies who were selling in offline for many years, but now they have to solve that new challenge, how to be online as well.
Yeah, and in this case, we like facing the next challenge. When you enter the market is never empty. Yeah, so there are players on this market in your particular niche or in the niche that close to. And in this case, the main question is that the consumer, they already has some biases and they already has some experience with the these niche players or the companies your market. And we know the very wise and very important thing that when the consumer has some experience and the consumer enjoys this experience and he likes it, so the person start to expect such experience from each player on this market, in this market niche. And that's why it's truly important to understand the key aspect of what drives customers satisfied when they purchase some products online, and with what competitors they really try to compare you in terms of they enjoy or not enjoy doing business or purchase goods through your through a platform. In just like as an example, Amazon, if we're talking about North American market, they really delivers the product within 24 hours. And this is like a pattern. So if your e-commerce project cannot support this time to delivery, so you are out of the market. People are not ready to wait more than 2 days sometimes to wait your product. For example, in Europe, whereas Amazon is not the biggest competitor, so customers ready to wait 3, 4, 5 days. And for them, it's okay.
But the question now, how to do it, yeah? How do you recommend actually to understand that customer experience, how to, what steps should be done to make it clear?
Yeah, so there are a couple of principles that we can like keep in mind when we work on the project. So like prerequisite when we start from the market research and customer research, so we make a deep dive into existing patterns on the market, try to understand the expectations, try to understand the key drivers, how people take a decision when they would like to order something. So what the, I don't know, some difficulties or frustrations they experienced with the existing service providers, or if we have already our website or application where we're not really drive a great service to our customers. This is our growth points here. But usually in our practice, when we talk to the owners of e-commerce business or startups who would like to enter this market, they usually focus on the website itself. Yeah, so how it will look like or how the application will look like. But usually it's we see the lack of understanding that the consumer is not appears in your life just within the time when we try to search something. So the website is just a part of the holistic consumer journey when we start from the need, customer need, when he experienced that, okay, I would like to order something. And then this goes through the process. So he search a solution, he compare different options to go online or to visit the nearest grocery store, or I don't know, shopping mall, or okay, if online, which website, where the fastest delivery, or where the wider product catalog and so on. So then he moves to, let's imagine he come to your website, he start to consider available options among the products that you are representing. And there are a lot of questions inside his head. Will it suit to me? So is this the best option? How I can be sure that I can the price is comparable, so it's competitive, or I will pay higher than available options on the market. Then let's imagine the person, you choose the product, and then you need to make a checkout process. So you need to understand how much at the end you will pay, what taxes will be, what the delivery costs will be. So when this product can be delivered to you. And usually, so when you order, you expect the product, and when it arrives, you have a contact with the logistics provider or courier. So you touch the product, you feel how it looks like, you try to understand how to use this product. You have a lot of questions. Will this product fit your needs in real life? Because you previously you saw just the pictures or sometimes videos. And then you already experience the product, so you start using them or wearing some apparel and so on. And as well, this is experience that you have with the product outside of website, but in this case, you still can be a part of the life of the consumer, because you can suggest them a lot of things that could enhance their experience, like upsell, giving them extra things that like will be accompany onto the product, or support them in cases of when they need like physical support, technical support, or face the warranty issues. Consumers should know that your e-commerce service they can trust and rely on, and you can be a point where they can get the support in case of emergency or something happen with their product. That's why when we start thinking about in this way, not just like a part of the journey when people decide what to buy and wait for the delivery, and we looking on the wider process, we can define the competitive advantage and think about the way how we design informational architecture of the website, the processes on the website, touch points, and what we put into the product description, our service policies, our delivery policies, and so on, that will allow the consumer feel really satisfied about the not just the purchasing process, but the journey itself. And this drives the net promoter score skyrocketing and stick your customer to your brand as a glue. So it's very difficult for competitors to take him away from your website, from your brand.
Okay, let's move forward.
Good. So when we let's imagine that we thought about the whole journey, we start thinking about that as well. Here we more narrow down to the user experience and usability within the website. The key principle of user experience and key principle of the usability, that your interfaces should serve the need of the user in the moment. Because let's imagine, so you would like to order some food for the tonight dinner. So when you open the application or the website, what you expect? You expect to easily find the food producer or restaurant or like dark store and so on. Then you need to understand the dish you would like to order. It should be simple. You need to understand the ingredients, you need to understand the price, you need to understand the calories, weight, how fast it could be delivered, and so on and so on. And then some checkout process, expectations and of delivery, and so on. And usually how easy it's to like make these jobs, like to find, to evaluate, to order, to check out, and to take it. So it will influence overall the user satisfaction score. And as a result, it drives the conversion rate and returning loyalty customer to your store. That's why combining it with the holistic view, when we're designing the e-commerce product, we think about multiple touch points and try to narrow down to the needs in each touch point and in each stage of the customer journey, how our interfaces, how our e-commerce project should serve these needs. When the person on the very beginning of the journey, like searching for solutions, so we need to help them with a clear ads, with transparent, where we already set up the expectations, by the given the advertising. So we should be searchable, in transparent manner. Then when the person is on the website, the person is trying to find and compare and consider what to buy, take a decision. And our goal to help the person do that. So we need to provide a clear information about the price, the product title, and detailed description that really help a person to understand, does the product fit the need or not? So we need to focus on the key product features and the descriptors, key characteristics of the product. So we need to give a person the visual of the product that they are going to buy. They provide the feedbacks, because when we're talking about the online experience, we cannot trust it 100% because we cannot see it, we cannot touch it, we cannot smell it. So we assume that someone behind the screen did it before us, and we hope that we can trust reviews as an independent judgment. So really helps. So that's why the user rating, the average user rating, the number of reviews, and usually on the very beginning, we saw this mistake when these reviews are AI generated. So it's so clear, you can see when this is like artificial reviews, and it's the people feels that very much. So it's better try to avoid adding the artificial reviews on your website because it can drive to very rapid decrease of the trustability and the growth of the abandon rate. As well, there are different options of product could be available, and we need to demonstrate it as well on the product card. And for sure, people can look for related products because let's imagine I would like to buy a fishing rod, and there are a lot of stuff that should be included and should be added to this fishing rod, like, I don't know, starting from the basic lines or hooks and so on. So when we help the person, the customer, navigate and add different parts of the holistic experience, it's really valuable, and it can increase the average order volume, what is great, and grow the LTV of the client as well. So moving further, people, let's imagine we decide what we are going to buy. Then we try to understand how it would be delivered. So the clear terms and condition, in what period of time, how the communication will go. So what, I don't know, we need to show our IDs to get the order. So let's tell about that to the user. Transparent pricing, because sometimes I will show the statistics a little bit later. So one of the main issue when people expect to pay 100, but then when they are on the checkout stage, a lot of extras are adding. Extra warranty, extra percent of taxes, extra price for delivery, and so on. As well, in e-commerce, it's crucial to really have the delivery time. So when I can expect the product. And in Q-commerce, when we made a lot of research for some projects with you, you remember that the issue when people should wait for a couple of hours, it's like a delivery window. And it's really frustrating for them because, okay, so during this 2 hours, I could do a lot of things, but I still just sitting and waiting when the guy will come, and deliver the product. So that's why I know that you have this like a precise time tracking of delivery. That's really great in this case. Am I right?
Yeah, calculation when the planned express delivery will be done. Yeah, it's very important because we can actually calculate that quite easily, but for the customer, it means a big advantage
Value.
and value comparing to the delivery services or e-commerce platforms which doesn't show such time. Because
Absolutely.
they have planned that day or what they will do and so on, where they should be. And also it reduces, by the way, the number of returns because the customer was not at home or something like that, or a courier was not able to call him or talk with him.
Last point about the holistic approach. So as well, the people needs and people expectations, they evolving in time. And it's important to constantly collecting feedback about the stuff, what is going on your website and what is the consumer experience. So in this case, there are three approaches we can suggest here. First of all, is technical performance assessment. In this case, we track all metrics like conversion tracking, abandon rates, time to completion, means so how long does it take for the consumer to make decision on our website? As well, we can see and we can analyze the user session recordings, for example, done by Hotjar, when we see how they click on our website to understand how easy to navigate, how easy user can navigate on our website and achieve their goals. As well, in this case, the heat map analysis can help us to highlight on the large number of users where the most attractive zones on our website and does our UI, user interface, works correctly, so people can see where is the important information stored. And if not, we can think about adding some changes on our website and then test it again. As well, the customer satisfaction and customer effort score, it's great metrics to track. So first describes the overall experience when they complete the purchase. The second one is how easy it was to do that. The customer effort score is great to assess the usability of the website. So because usually we ask the one simple question, so how easy it was to purchase something, and based on the scores people are giving us, so we can understand and predict how loyal they will be in a time. And the third one, it's a great story when we would like to make an even deeper dive into the consumer expectations and pain points. It's a user experience survey and usability testing of new features or existing interfaces to get this data and helps evolve our product. And for sure, social media listening, because sometimes people give really wide reviews in the Facebook or in the Twitter or other social platforms to when they're complaining about something or they're happy about some experience, especially if this is experience of our competitors. We need to think about where they're moving, and helps us to understand the strategy of the customer. And moving to the next point, like mistakes in designing of e-commerce projects, I will focus on probably 7 of them. There are a lot, but it's like let's talk the most probably important one. First one, it's like really complex and over categorization. So when person enters your website and it's hard to find where to go and where the goods are, and there are a lot of micro categories that give the assortment list really long, a lot of filters, and it makes people feel lost. The second one is when the visual design dominates the functional design. What does it mean? I saw a couple of projects recently. They designed really very beautiful, aesthetically beautiful e-commerce website. But in the process of the aesthetical visual design, they lost the functional design, because we, as a person, when we stay in the customer's shoes, when they enter the website, they would like to find the product that match their needs. So it means that I can easily find the description, I can easily understand the price, I can easily and fast see the pictures, I can easily and fast make checkout. And it's more about the function, not about the colors, not about the visual elements, visual stuff that can distract me from the journey. So the visuals, we need to be really careful. It should be clean, it should be aesthetic, but not too much, to drive distraction from the main goal that customer has. The third issue I would like to highlight is the product description. When we give or too much, or too few information about the product, just, okay, this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 320 calories. That's it. So we're not providing, for example, information about the allergies. We're not providing information about the way of cooking. We're not providing the information about the packaging and so on. So what is important in your category for customer to take a decision? Just try to put yourself in the customer's shoes, how you would choose the product and based on which characteristics and what is important. As well, very important to provide nice pictures and or videos that showcase the product and how person can use the product. The fourth one, it's what does it mean? It's no quick product view. It's a new nice trend now in the e-commerce design. When, let's imagine you're on a website and you have multi-categories and multi-products on the page, for example, 5, 6, and if you click on the product, usually it showcase in the new page. As a result, if you would like to switch between different products, you open all of them in a different on a different pages, or you need to go one direction, second direction. The great practice now is to allow user, when you click on the product, it appears on the window like a pop-up and gives you all information that you need, and you simply by the cross can close it and switch to another one. So it's much more faster, and especially on a mobile devices, it's much more intuitive way and easy way to navigate. The fifth is lack of transparency in delivery return policies and hidden fees on the checkout stage. Distraction of user interaction with the pop-ups and push ads. Sometimes as well, people, like e-commerce projects try to promote something or monetize themselves by placing different advertisings on their pages. As well, it all leads, because we need to remember always that person came to our website to buy and to close some need that they have. And when we just like giving them different type of information, we can like pull them away. And long and complex checkout forms, and interesting stuff is no option to after save the progress. So I can start, for example, enter my delivery address, and in this moment, someone can call me, especially when we are on a mobile phone. So I finish the call, I back to website, the form is already closed, and I need to start it all over again. So in this case, we as well can lose the customer on this stage, and it's nice to have when we have up to save progress option on website. As well, when our forms is maximum simple. So it on the one page, all information that we need, not to make it in like 2, 3, 4, 5 steps process.
The last point maybe describe about conversion rate optimization. This is something what people are mostly interested in, and how to get maximum ROI from the traffic.
Yeah, definitely. So the conversion rate optimization, usually it's like middle-term projects, and they consist from 3 key phases. The first one is when you start make a deep dive into the numbers. You look into analytics and the sales funnel on the website, and you need to understand where you lose customers. And then when you see the numbers and we see, so on each stage, what abandon rate is, we make a deep dive into the user research. So our goal is to understand why. So, and how we can do that? First, we start from the user session recordings, and we implement some software on the website, and then we try to understand why people are not. The second option is to run usability tests and to see what is going on. So what is the difficulties? So or why the different user interface elements of visual part of the website doesn't work correctly. So then you come up with some list of hypotheses. So we think that because of this button that's like placed right or left, or because of this size of the text, or because of the images, or 1, 2, 3, 4 X hypothesis, the conversion rate is lower. And you start doing experiments. So you design multiple versions of how the web page can be changed, and then drive usually the A/B testing. So when you implement different options of the one page and see where the conversion is higher. As well, it's important to understand the consumer segment. So our goal to drive such design, user experience that will lead to the maximum in quantity and as well in volume. So as well, this metrics, so the average order volume can be considered when we are talking about decision between 2 options, what should be implemented on the website. So that's why the conversion rate optimization, it's a mix of technical stuff when we track the numbers, when we try to make decisions based on the data we have, as well the design work on implementing different options, testing, and at the end try to increase the numbers of each stage of the sales funnel that we have on our website or in our application.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, we would like to show the video of our application we realized for one of the clients, which is white label actually. So you will see the version for this client, but it can be changed. But we pay a lot of attention to UX, of course UI, so working with Andriy to make it better always. And if you're interested in some help for your project, we are open for any discussions. Myself, Andriy, you can find our contacts also, and contact us directly, and we will be happy to help you with increasing of conversion rates and in general increasing of sales of your e-commerce platforms due to the things which were discussed above. And Andrew, thank you very much for today's meeting.
Thank you for hosting me.
Hope we will have another chance to discuss such important issues in some nearest time.
Definitely, it would be great to collect some questions from our audience, and based on that, we can like set up a next meeting with like maybe more narrow cases that could be like described in detail. So if they are interested in for for people who will watch us.
Okay. So thank you who are watching us, and see you later on our podcasts or in live. Thank you very much.
Thank you.